All right. Visionaries, we are live. Visionaries Unlimited. From the beauty of some waterfalls and really enjoying enjoy the vibes of nature that allow us to be living the dream, the flow of the vision that we are making happen, right? Today's title came out of to me, for me. Actually, I accepted the suggestion that Maria gave me, the title, the theme, because it really resonated from where I am to the days I'm living, a very tough moment that I'm going through, a very difficult uh, phase of my life where, um, from a financial level, hyper under pressure. And as we opened the actual community, we didn't have the results that we sort of desired, and all of that, and we'd like to have more kind of resources in terms of humans helping us in the vision and in visionaries community and a lot of things, right? And so I got a bit squeezed, when you grab a sponge and you squeeze it, and that's how I felt, and I lost all at once all the enthusiasm for life, and that had never happened in my life, like completely, like whatever. I won't work on my coaching business. I won't work into visionaries business. I want to, like, I will go and be a waiter again. That was the thought that Maria coached me through a couple of days ago. And and the lifestyle is what saved me. As she said, shall we speak to the lifestyle of a visionary? And I was like, yeah. Um, right now I'm here in this beautiful place to nurture my soul, to make sure that my energy, my frequency, my vibes radiate, and as I am nurtured, I'm able to nurture. And this is my son that you may hear in the background, that I am in this beautiful place with. And in the past 3 days, as I made it pretty much all meetings, all coaching, all whatever, wasn't able to do that. In the past 3 days, as I made it a priority to tune into myself and find back again that spark, that deep alignment to myself, I started waking up at 5 a.m. as I used to naturally. And the very powerful aspect of it is that I didn't force myself to. I woke up to the alarm at 5 a.m. and naturally I found myself with the phone in my hand. Some part of me that I this morning identified being the part of me that loves me truly. I found that part of me holding the phone with strength, like don't don't go back to sleep. Really, really, that part of me still asleep, staying there, and ready to stop the alarm, drop the phone, go back to sleep for another couple of hours at least with my son, with my wife, the most beautiful feeling in the morning, warm, cozy, cuddling with them. But a part of me was ah, almost angrily, passionately tight at the phone, not letting me go back. And like, you're not going back now. Now you're walking out the door and you're waiting for the sun to rise. I just did. I just did. And now I'm finishing with this story. The more I was walking, the farther away I was walking from the door, the more alive I would feel. Like more, oh yeah, I'm awake. Yeah, it's 5. Yes, I could go to sleep and sleep for 3 hours, but I'm I'm awake and breathing in and out and scrolling my shoulders like, why wasn't I? The lifestyle, the power I feel right now is how you say unexchangeable. It can be irreplaceable, and that comes from the lifestyle we choose to live, how we choose to nurture ourselves, the places we go to. I don't have a Wi-Fi here. I could have thought, yeah, but if I go to the waterfall, how will I do the YouTube? Make a way out of no way, like some of them mentors and coaches would say. Make a way out of no way. Live that lifestyle. Nurture yourself. Oh, you will be rewarded. The energy will be unlimited. And so, yeah, this is the topic of today. What is your lifestyle? How are you living it? To me, for example, Maria, she's been traveling a lot. Maybe it can be hard sometimes, but that's part of the lifestyle that I believe keeps the juice flowing, right? Maria, I don't know. You can tell your part. And the question stands for the listener, for our visionaries. What lifestyle are you living?
Yes, thank you for what you shared, Ayrton, the way that you are experiencing life right now. Because we said in the beginning, we are live as usual. When we say that on YouTube, it is not just that we're live on YouTube. Like we are living our lives, each one of us, this very moment. And life on Earth, the human experience, it's not easy. Let's not get confused with how many times we feel wonderfully, but what is happening within. It can get triggered and we can get into a mess within ourselves any minute. So it's important to be prepared as much as we can to the moments where life is, like Ayrton said, is squeezing us, where we're feeling a huge contraction and we feel that we cannot breathe, that there is no hope, that our lives doesn't make sense, that we feel kind of completely lost or desperate. And that can happen any moment where a big situation, very undesirable situation happens, or several smaller situations happen one after the other or at the same time, and then boom, all the sensation that you had, that you were in control of this life, that everything was super cool, etc., disappears. And this is when it happens to me, what I feel inside, which is horrible, is like an image that came to me once is that I thought of myself, for example, as I was a baby inside my mother's womb, holding the umbilical cord, for example, like feeling that piece of that is your little home, and you feel in your little universe there, and you feel super safe, comfortable, cozy, no worries, so long as the mother is healthy and there is nothing really, everything is wonderful. So when I felt now that I'm out here, and when I feel at times that my life doesn't make any sense and that I want to get out of here because I don't understand this world, or at some points I don't understand myself or the meaning of my life, it feels like I'm completely disconnected from any kind of cord, which now it's not physical but still is energetic, the cord that we have to the rest of humanity, the cord that we have to the planet, the cord that we have to the rest of the universe. At times, I don't feel it. And that is the most horrible feeling that exists. But I know, at least, I'm grateful that I know that that cord exists. It's just that I'm not experiencing it. And the one thing that has every time helped me get back to experiencing that cord and the core of myself as well has been nature, has been actually the planet, because let's not forget that this human body is made out of the elements that exist on this planet, the physical body. So we feel grounded again when we feel ourselves in the body again, when we feel that our life here, we are here, our life here has some sense. We start to make a little bit more of the senses. And nature, because of its vibration, is so pure and it's so natural and it's so inevitably connected to our bodies. When we immerse ourselves in nature, at some point, it's going to heal us of the mental mess that we're carrying around, emotional, psychological. It's kind of slowly want to wash away all of that and bring you back into a harmonious state of you are here, you are in this body, I'm also here, so many other beings are here, and everything is all right. And you start to feel your breath again, your heart starts to go back to a normal rate, and then your mind also gets out of the amygdala and goes back here into the prefrontal cortex, and you start feeling that your life makes sense again. And the lifestyle, see, for example, having nature close to you, it not only allows you to get quickly out of those psychological, emotional messes that we get ourselves, all of us, and those who are not experiencing them, they are actually repressing many emotions in their lives, because I don't know any. Hola, cosita.
We have a visit.
Thank you. Adorable, unexpected visitor.
Yeah.
So what I was saying is that I don't know any human being that has not experienced themselves as an absolute mess, unless they're actually repressing their emotions. And it happens to all of us from time to time, and it's normal, because also in those processes where we feel ourselves squished, we also get to the core of ourselves and we go back to our values and we go back to our vision. Like, for example, when Ayrton said, I go back to being a mesero or like a waiter or anything of that sort, that can be a solution for the financial situation. But he knows very well, as I know very well, that going back to corporate or going back to being a sales assistant in a shop or in a restaurant is not going to solve any of our problems in terms of our existential needs. So for the financial situation, it may sort it out temporarily. At some point, we both know that the call inside is going to start pulling again and wanting to express itself, what we have inside, because all of us have a specific gifts that want to be expressed in a certain way and take action. So each one of us need to figure out what is the most urgent thing to do in a situation, but don't make any decision until you're feeling back in your center, at least a little bit. It's important, because otherwise what we do is every few months we make radical decisions depending on how we feel, and we don't get ourselves anywhere. Actually, we go like bouncing from one place to another, and it's important that we try to create the path that then we want to walk, right?
Yeah, look, you are touching on something which is fundamental, I believe. And when we speak about lifestyle, we are talking about something that it is habituated. It is something we are used to, living the same daily routine. And first of all, when it happens that you feel unplugged, detached from that umbilical cord, from the universe, it happens because we live into the mundane, to the world, into making things happening, and we get distracted so much.
Mhm.
Sometimes we got so many tasks to accomplish and to do that necessarily we need for an objective and also productive, effective needs, uh, to keep our minds like focused onto those pieces. And so we lose a bit sight of what's good for ourselves and what's the lifestyle we desire to live. So the actual end goal instead of the mean goal, the mean goal that gets you there. I achieved these, and by achieving these, that's what I'm getting. So that's what I'm getting should always stay on top of your mind. But sometimes the main thing becomes the mean goal. I'm doing this. And that becomes the actual end goal in your head, and you forget about the rest. And you feel the disconnection, right? And so as I resonated with what you were saying, Maria, that disconnection that sometimes we feel, the disconnection that I felt in the past days, um, it is important that we have the patience to reconnect, because one day I got up at 5 a.m. and good, I got up at 5 a.m. and how many times have I restarted waking up and forcing myself up at 5 a.m. and I fell back into the forgetfulness many times. So, oh yeah, I got up at 5 a.m. Yeah, nothing special, but good, very cool. Thank you, San, for showing me your beauty. The day passes, the day go on. Next day, I wake up again, and next day I wake up again, and and I have the patience to think, ooh, okay, there's something here. Be patient, be faithful. I might not feel that umbilical cord attached right now, but as I experienced it at least once, as I know that that umbilical cord exists, that the universe actually had got my back at least in a moment. If I make it my practice and my habituation, my habit, my routine to reattach myself and to stay attached to that umbilical cord, that feeling, I'll be safe even when I feel I'm not. And I was telling you, I was feeling that total, and I'd say almost suicidal lack of enthusiasm for life. It was suicidal. I was like, why am I even living? I mean, yes, okay. 3 days ago, I was the happiest man on earth, but I'm not now. And now actually, that feels so silly, meaningless, useless, zero, below zero, negative to zero. So, was it even real? My vision and all the things I was doing, and visionaries, and the coaching, and the earth, and right now, I'm not feeling it. Fuck this shit. Okay, I used to feel it. What can I do so I feel it again? When was I feeling it? What were the actions, the places, the people that were making me feel that? And is there maybe something new that I should be experiencing? Should I drop the attachment to what it was? So that there's so much in a way that in order to live that lifestyle that allow us to stand upon the vision that we have and to cultivate ourselves in the energy that we need to cultivate the vision. There's so many things that we could be doing. There's so many questions that we could ask ourselves. But the fundamental one I feel in this very moment revolves around faith, the faith in the connection that we have, the fact that something allowed us to connect to that vision in the first place, and that if we've connected before, we can connect to that again. And at that point, it's patience and it's the right support system, which in this case is specifically people. Uh, who do you have around yourself that you won't most likely feel like talking to anybody, and maybe cancel the actual team meeting or whatever it is, but you won't get into speaking about the team or the business. You'll see that if you surrounded yourself with the right people, for me it was Maria, for example, in that moment, you'll be held and you're never really completely lost. And so part of the lifestyle is who have you got around yourself. And now I do feel that I'm re-entering and that I'm re-entering my flow and so on and so forth. So I still feel in a way expansive and not completely focused, even in the topic, if you want. But really make sure that you have okay, that vision is there. You want to create it. You have someone to go back to. You have the ability to focus on the fact that you can get back there and be patient. This is what comes to me in this very moment as fundamental in the lifestyle, part of the lifestyle, as elements of the lifestyle that a visionary should live.
And I think throughout this year, well, at least for me, it has been during the last years where I realized that the entrepreneurial lifestyle is in a way a little bit dangerous, as for what the foundations of society are still. And if we don't pay very much attention to how much we are doing and how much we are being, which is like a very simplistic way to divide our lives into, like how much time I take, for example, to just observe the world, to walk, to experience myself, to play, to meditate, to reflect, and to just be kind of in the receiver mode, not just going after something. This is more of the active part of us, of the doing, and this is very much connected to the human mind. If we don't pay very close attention, we are constantly drawn by the mind of doing more. We need to do more. And because in society, this is the predominant thought that we need to be doing more to
And it is
earn.
rewarded, which is right.
And also more than rewarded, because many times, dear, you can be doing as many things as you think you should be doing, and you don't get as much money at the end of the month, or you don't get as many clients or as anything, but you still think that you need to be doing more. And not
Mm.
only you feel stupid, you feel guilty. But when you are not doing enough, this is the thing, I don't feel there is actually a reward. What I feel is that when I don't do enough,
Uh,
I
uh,
feel
uh.
that people around me, and myself included, make me feel some form of shame of, you are not experiencing enough abundance or success
Uh,
because you are not doing enough. And
and
this,
that's also part of the reward. I'd like to, but
okay,
it's
okay,
not
okay,
just
okay.
financial. It's recognition, is how the
Yes.
others are looking
Yep.
at you. At least they would say, oh, um poor just taking just saying Maria now, but poor Maria, she's doing so much, and she's not there yet. But at least they would give you that sort of like ego feeding recognition, right? So society rewards this doing,
Yes, the
also
doing, the
from that
do.
perspective. But yeah, it was actually an agreement, adding on to.
Okay, okay, okay.
um
Understood. Totally understood. And I am still in the process of removing this limiting belief from myself, from my subconscious mind, that I need to be doing so much, not just to get some social recognition, but also to get the material things that I desire to experience. Uh,
yeah.
just for the pleasure of the human experience, or because they would be pieces that would make me build upon on my business, on my vision, either way. So I'm still working on disconnecting my mind from this obsession of doing. um, but like I said, if I don't pay attention, when I start doing more, the more I start doing, and the more the mind is asking for more, until there comes a moment where I am not at my core anymore.
Yeah.
And any moment, the castle come into a million pieces and in ruins, because I lost my core along the way.
Yeah, right. And that's not very pleasant.
No.
Sorry, that's not very pleasant as a lifestyle, as a living pattern. In the end. Hmm.
Like the good habits, for example, when we are too busy, what do we tell ourselves? This is the priority right now. I need to be working so many hours to make this business work. But at the
Hmm.
same time,
Hmm.
because I'm not experiencing the core of myself and taking care of myself in the way that I have learned that is important to me, and each one of us need to identify this by experience, not by anyone else's recommendations or anything of that
Mm.
sort, just by
Mm.
experience. I have learned that to me is very important to be in contact with nature. I would say 5 to 6 days per week, and more than 1 hour per day, ideally at least two for me. And this, my own experience has told me this among so many other practices that I try to do every day. When after a long time I don't take any of these healthy habits for me, there is a part of me that is just going to start getting into emotional and psychological mess, one way or another.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, I do see what you are saying. And um, look, there's something that about our human experience, about the human experience, which is very counterintuitive, and it moves away, and it supports the paradigm of being versus doing, the paradigm of focusing on the energetics, focusing on the electromagnetic field.
Hmm.
Nature naturally balances the electromagnetic field of human.
Yeah.
And if even without nature, but through our daily practice, we start focusing into the energetics and into, i I go by the chakras, for example, because that's my
Hmm.
background. um, That's my yogic background. But if, for example, I stay focused every single day, I make sure that I don't skip, no matter what, I don't skip the energetic balancing of my chakras, uh, and I breathe through it, things start taking care of themselves. And society gets you to forget that same life saving, energy expanding, empowering practice. It doesn't reward you for that.
Because there is no time. First of, there
It's
is no
so
time.
counterintuitive.
In
It's
society, we
so
have not created,
counterintuitive.
sorry dear, we have not created like the environment for a human being to have time for themselves, to just be, to explore themselves and to explore life, their connection to the universe. And I know that for some people this even sounds ridiculous, but
Yeah,
when
to me too. To me too. And it's so
you
easy
are
to
not in
forget
this
that, though.
ecosystem,
Even for the ridiculous that it sounds. And yeah, this is part of the visionary lifestyle that we should actually advocate a little bit more openly, I feel.
yeah, to me, dear, what I realized that everything is existential, and everything that is existential, to be aware, like to be consciously aware of what is existential from the perspective of a human being, is essential to feel, to experience a balanced life. Otherwise, any moment you're going to get yourself into a mess, or everyone around you is going to suffer the consequences of you being you out of yourself,
Yeah.
because of your lack of motivation, because of your anger, because of your unhealthy habits. Um, we know very well in ourselves and in others what an unbalanced human being looks like and feels like. We know this very well.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
And it is
We
our
do know that.
responsibility to get ourselves into a harmonious place, to be balanced, dears. In everything that we do, in everything that we create, in our visions, we need to be balanced to create a beautiful thing out there for everyone to enjoy and admire and to
Yeah.
benefit from it, of course. But we are the core of our
Mm,
visions. We need to be balanced within and bring this harmony out
yes.
in our creations,
Mhm.
entrepreneurial creations.
Yeah. 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 We're the centerpiece of it. Without it,
Yeah.
it doesn't exist. Without it, it doesn't exist.
Or it's going to break at some point, for sure, with us.
Yeah, with us. I mean, that doesn't break until we break. We break and it breaks. So I think we got
The time,
to our
right?
time today.
Yes.
I actually have no idea from the phone.
Yeah,
I
but I
don't
would
see
say
it,
more or
but
less, I think
I'd
it's
say
past a
that.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So, dear visionaries, what's the lifestyle that you want to live? Is it traveling? Is it spending time in nature? Is it having the possibility to jump in the water whenever you want? Is it to hug in trees whenever you feel like, while
Kids,
running your own impact, while running your own business, while making the things that you want to make happen with yourself at the driver's seat and under the priority lens and magnifier. It's so important. And I tell you, out of
yeah.
experience, fresh experience, a very fresh experience. We're looking forward to know more from you, how you're living your lifestyle, whether you're waking up 5 a.m., whether you're going to sleep and staying up at night with the moonlight, whether you're dancing naked in a waterfall, or you give me one, Maria, or two.
Like, no, yes, anything doing with being naked, with moving, with creating, expressing art, any form of expression with your body, with yourself in the purest state that you can find yourself. Even dare yourself to go there, to explore yourself in metaphorically and literally naked
Yeah,
from inside out.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Explore
yeah,
that,
yeah.
explore the experience of you naked in all possible ways, please.
Yes, do that. And
And from there you build the lifestyle of your
oh,
dreams.
yeah, from there you build a lifestyle. You make sure
Yeah.
that you do it regularly, and that's a lifestyle. That's a nurturing, self-nurturing,
Yes.
self-loving lifestyle that will make your vision happen for you almost
Naturally, actually, naturally.
naturally. Yes. Um, if you want to know more about everything we're doing, just get in touch with us. We are restructuring our whole visionaries community and offering with our
Project, yeah.
visionary community leaders and all the people we're making it happen with. We are creating it around this new paradigm, this new energetically realigned perspective. So be in touch with us. If you want us to do it with your business, with you, let us know. Maria and I will give you a heads up and support from that perspective.
Yeah.
And stay visionary. We love you.
We love you. See you soon.